Willie Robertson of Duck Dynasty fame, he knew that Donald Trump had a real shot. He's the new author of The American Fisherman, How Our Nation's Anglers Founded, Fed, Financed, and Forever Shaped the USA. Willie, welcome. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
So you've been a Trump supporter, actually, pretty much from the get-go, right?
Pretty good while, yeah, since at the end of last summer.
And what is it that you saw in him that you thought could actually get him as far as he's gotten?
Well, first off, he was a real guy. Like, when you talk to him just privately and you're sitting there talking, unlike a lot of politicians that are kind of stiff and rigid and wondering if everything they say, or should they talk to this person, should they not, I didn't get that at all with him. He was just a regular guy, business guy, even though we're definitely from two different circles, from him being up here in New York and me from Louisiana. There was just something about the honesty and just what he said really, really attracted me to him. And I was, at first I was intrigued by him, and then I met him, and just on a whim, I happened to be in Oklahoma City. I was there watching my son doing something totally different. Heard he was in town, and I really just wanted to go see this whole thing. I heard about the rallies and had seen it on television, and was able to meet him there. Trump Jr. and I are good friends, and we've actually hunted together, and we knew each other. And so I texted him. I said, "Hey, I'm going to go see your father," and met up with him.
Met you?
Yeah, he got up, and so he said, "Did you want to get on stage?" I said, "No, I'm good, Mr. Trump. And I was trying to kind of hide because I didn't want it to be a big story. It was his stage, his thing, and so I was kind of hiding in the stairwell. And he got up, and I thought he was going to mention me right off the bat. He didn't, and I thought, oh, all right, I made it through that. And then 30 minutes deep, he stopped his speech, and he looked around, and he said, "Where's Willie?" And that was my cue to go on the stage. And so from there, yeah, we've had a great relationship. I introduced him.
But you've said that the media completely, I mean, everybody said the media completely missed this one.
Right.
I point out that just anecdotally, wherever I went, I'd hear people from all different walks of life in America say they really liked what he was saying.
Right.
And rural Americans, people that don't live in these big populous cities, I mean, they really came out in droves.
Oh, yeah.
And did you think they would?
Yeah, I was hoping so. When you saw that map at the end, with all that red, and I was so happy that those voices were heard, and they made a statement to the small blue pockets of a lot of people, but all of that sea of red. And I know as a guy who, has a television show, who you wonder how many people watch that show. And as I looked at that map, probably a lot of those counties were viewers of our show, and there was a realness about him, and I think ultimately we wanted change. And so.
Do you think he can accomplish a lot? I mean, we've been watching all these protests right now, the left continually feeding this, perhaps, as I've pointed out, maybe to keep themselves relevant. But there's this discord right now in the country, and he's got to overcome that. Well,
they're angry and upset, which I think, I mean, for people that didn't vote for President Obama, I think probably people were upset, but, they didn't show it in that manner. People were probably sad for a while. I remember my dad didn't watch the news for about 6 months after he won the first time. And so, but even going back, I can remember President Clinton, when he was elected, I thought, wow, I can't believe, that we've elected this guy. But you move on and you see how can we help the country.
You didn't see that kind of hysteria from the right when members of the Democratic Party were.
Well, there's no change. I think we all respect the system, so there's no changing it. He's going to be the president. So you would think you would try to get, find out what you could do to help the country and not tearing up stuff. And I don't get it.
Hey, so you like to fish.
I like to fish. American Fisherman. Yeah, we wrote this. It's a historical account of how fishing's really impact this country. It brings us all the way up to today. We talk about past presidents. George Washington was a commercial fisherman, believe it or not, by trade. Yeah, his most successful business was that. And so, yeah, it really factored into the Revolutionary War, the Civil War. We found some great stories that really come to life. And, yeah, so we put it all in the book.
Fishing's a lot of fun. I was telling you, my kids
Your kids
caught a couple
fishing.
Fish this weekend.
You started a lifetime of little anglers there.
Maybe. So good to see you. Thank
nice
you for being here.